Hi my darlings, I'm Sophie Darling and welcome back to the channel. If you love anime, heartfelt reactions and deep dives into symbolism and themes, then you're in the right place. Before we jump into today's reaction, don't forget to hit that like button to show some love, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of fun. And if you want even more exclusive content like early access to my reactions, full-length anime watch-alongs, and an amazing community of fellow anime lovers, please do check out my Patreon. You can find a link in the description box below. Your support truly means the world as it helps to keep these reactions coming, and I'd love to have you join our cozy little anime family. Today, we're reacting to the final episode of Series 1 of Frieren, and I am not ready to let this series go. I am absolutely gutted that we are finally at the end of Frieren. I know that we still have series 2 in January, but it's so long. I know people are going to sit and make jokes in the comments saying it's only a mere few months, but I don't care. It's so far away. Like 7 months. I can wait 7 months, I know, but I just really want to watch it now. I know it's going to be absolutely phenomenal and worth the wait, but it's just so sad that I have to let this go and watch something else now because this show has been one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. From the themes of memory loss, the sentimental attachments that we have to people, the importance of connection, and just the beauty of magic and love that we have for people, but also sentimental items is just so phenomenally portrayed in the show. It's genuinely insane how much they pack in to the narrative in such a short space of time. The first half of every episode is a story in itself. The second half is either a continuation or another story in itself. It comes full circle. You start with a single moment that then has relevance to the at the end, and it's a closed narrative. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's what makes it so beautiful, is because like it doesn't leave you wanting more, doesn't leave you hanging. There's a message and there's a meaning, and you get that message and meaning in that episode, which is I think what I love about the show. And I know people might find it repetitive because the themes are constantly portrayed in terms of mourning, loss, memory, remembrance, and coming to terms with the emotional attachments we have to people and the significance of that. And also, to remember someone is to love someone, to remember them is for them to never truly be gone because they live on in everything that we do. And we see that with Himmel haunting the narrative. Himmel is such an important figure for someone that is never really truly in it, because we only ever see him through flashbacks of Frieren. And it's usually because something Himmel has said now takes on further significance with Frieren, because she finally understands what he meant in that moment. So we understand and see Himmel in the same way that Frieren does. We see Himmel through Frieren. But the way that he haunts the narrative is so impactful. It's visually showing that to lose someone doesn't mean you've lost them, so long as you continue to hold on to their memory. So long as you remember them, they are never gone, they are always there. And I think that's part of the fears that Frieren has in episode 16, is this idea of losing memory, because you begin to lose the idea of someone. And if you lose that idea of someone, then they are gone. There's no one to continue that on. And I think that's part of her worry, is Volt no longer remembering his wife. He does remember his wife after the conversation with Frieren. He says he has a dream and he remembers her, but it's kind of that jarring moment of, you may one day not remember the person that you love, and you may forget their face and their voice. And it's such a haunting reminder of how temporary life is and how short life is, and to truly value every moment that we spend with people and to cherish those moments, because we don't want to be in a situation where we only remember their significance after they're gone. We want to be able to share that with them whilst we have them. And I think that's one of the true sadnesses, is that Frieren can never really share this with Himmel because he's gone. She understands the significance of him too late. And that's one of the mourning aspects, is that she only comes to understand him after he is gone. So it's really this driving home factor that we should not take for granted the time we have with people, that we should remember every moment we have with them, cherish it, and learn to appreciate the small things in life and the value that people have in our lives before it's too late, before we only have memories to live on, before we're not able to share those moments with them anymore. And this show just does a phenomenal way of showing it. It shows us different forms of mourning, different forms of memory. It shows that family is more than blood connections. It's who's there for us, it's who supports us, it's who guides us. Family is formed in various different ways. It's not always who raises us. It shows us how we can come to terms with our trauma positively and move forward. It shows us how we can come to terms with the loss of someone and heal from it, whilst also continuing to hold their memory near and dear to us. I love this show so much, and I don't understand how anyone can hate this show. I understand it's not for everyone because some people don't like the slowness of it, but I think it's just such a beautiful portrayal of memory, loss, love, and connection that you can't help but love it. And it's just so beautifully done. It's just art. It is a phenomenal piece of art. Media is not my forte. I am a literature doctor, so I analyze written words. So visual forms of storytelling are a little harder for me to grasp, but I am learning. I'm getting there. I'm getting better. Also, I don't spend hours poring over the episodes. If I did that, I would have a much deeper analysis for you, but I react off the cuff and in the moment. So if I miss things thematically or I miss things symbolically, it's going to happen because, again, I am not doing video essays. I am not spending hours poring over the episodes and pulling things apart. If I did that, I would be doing video essays, but because I'm doing reacts, I kind of have to do them in the moment, because if I don't do them in the moment, you're getting one video every 2 weeks, which isn't really great. I hope you guys have enjoyed my journey with Frieren and that I haven't disappointed too much, but yeah, I just wanted to thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It's been a phenomenal ride, and I'm so glad I had you all with me. Hopefully you continue to stay on the channel. Maybe not for what I watch next, but maybe you'll be here when I do watch something that's more up your avenue. And if you are here for whatever I watch next, I'm so glad that you are, and thank you so much for joining me on this amazing journey with reacting to anime. And I am so grateful to be here in the position that I am today and getting to share the love of this new form of storytelling with you all, because it's very new for me. I'm not used to this, and it's exciting and I enjoy it. I really do think anime has been a game changer in terms of understanding the different ways that stories can be told. It doesn't have to be in written form. It can be visually impactful and still have the same deep meaning as a piece of literature. I've never been a snob. I do need to put that out there. I'm not a snob. I just have never watched anime, so I didn't realize how beautiful anime could be until I started watching animes. Until you watch anime, you don't quite understand it. And I've never judged anyone for watching anime. I have friends that love and adore anime, and it's because of my friends that I ended up watching anime, because they have nagged me. They're like, you will love it. The storytelling is so good. It's phenomenal. You need to watch it. You need to get on this. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then I caved and watched Attack on Titan, and I was like, holy crap, this is absolutely amazing. I'm not like someone that loves sitting down and watching things. I'm more like a reader and a gamer more than I am someone that watches like TV shows and movies. So this has been fun. It's been new for me and it's been fun, and everything I've watched has been phenomenal so far. So I'm so glad that I'm here. I'm so glad that we started this channel, and I will not be going anywhere. You're going to see me at like 80 years old, gray hair, hunchback and everything, sitting here still reacting to new anime. So hopefully see you in, God, 40 years. That's a scary thought. Yeah. No, not 40 years. That would make me 70. 50 years. What's a mere 50 years together, right, guys? But without further ado, let's get into the final episode of Series 1 of Frieren.
私はフリーレン様の弟子です。
合格だ。
I wonder if anyone else passed. Please let Denkin pass.
お前のことはよく知っている。軍所属の魔法使いの叩き上げが今や北側諸国で最も権力を持った魔
Don't be
法
mean.
使いだ。
Pass Denkin.
その美談はよく聞く。正直、お前が若い頃に会いたかった。
God, he looks like Stark.
血の
A
気
little
と野
bit.
心に満ち溢れた若かりし頃に。私は燃えかすには興味はない。
Rude.
そう思っていたのだがな。
今は違うのか。
お前、私を見たとき、どう戦うか考えただろう。
Like how he looked at Frieren.
ほんの一瞬だけだ。すぐに諦めた。
合格だ。まだ燃えている。
Yes!
普通は戦うだなんて発想は湧かない。
Oh, I'm so happy for Denkin.
合格だ。
まだ何も話していないけど。
会話が必要なのか。
それもそうだね。
Okay, go Ubel.
お前、ふざけるなよ。
何が？
これは一級試験だぞ。試験会場に一度も来ないバカがどこにいる？
It's his clone, isn't it?
一
For
応
God's
この
sake.
通り。生身の僕も試験会場に来ているよ。
この試験期間中、本体は故郷の村から出ていないな。
What?
今はのんびりティータイムか。
It's double clones?
驚いた。ユードルにもバレなかったのに。
実にいい度胸だ。合格。北部魔法隊隊長
Pass
のビ
him.
アベルだな。
Pass him, please.
私の知る2級魔法使いの中では一番の武闘派だ。
He's an interesting mage and he's powerful. Do it.
勝てない相手だと悟ったな。
勝てない
Respect,
勝
right?
負をするバカは2級魔法使いにすらなれねえだろ。
Pass him.
好きな魔法を教えろ。
魔法ってのは殺しの道具だぜ。好きも嫌いもあるか。
合格だ。
He's like her. She was violent orientated. Flam said.
私を見てどう思った？
ちっちゃくて可愛いなと思いました。
She thought the same about Frieren.
私の受験者がどうなっている？
None of them really fear
合
her.
格だ。すまなかったな。確かに今年は豊作だ。
And anomaly. Anomaly? Can't speak.
もうついてくるなよ。
3年後か。
What's 3 years?
フリーレン様、受かりました。
She knew.
よくやった。
ここまで来れたのはお前たちのおかげだ。これで故郷に墓参りに行ける。
It's gonna be his wife, isn't it? Oh, Denkin paying respect to them. I'm so glad that Denkin passed. Oh, the food always looks so good in this show.
これにしましょう。これ。
Oh, they're sharing.
遠慮せず食べなさい。わしの若い頃は甘いものなんてめったに食べ
Oh,
られなかった
so he's spoiling them because he never got to experience it. Sounds like he had a bit of a harsh life, and that's why he's worked his way up to being an Imperial mage. To, like, better his
若造も食べろ。
life.
ああ、
I'd love to know more about Denkin's background.
で魔法使い。
But they did say military mage that worked his way up, so...
様じゃねえか。タメ口叩いてすみませんでした。
構わん。わしは魔法使いとしてこの町に来た。
でも無関係な俺までご馳走してもらうのは。
どうせ金の使い道などない。
そうです。お孫さんとか。
No.
わしには子も孫もおらん。
Oh,
わしが
Denkin.
20半ばの時に妻に先立たれた。もともと体が弱かった。
Is that why he worked his
戦
way
争
up?
に敗れた北部高原の辺境貴族の令嬢でな。
To provide for
あ
her,
の
to
頃の
give
わ
her
し
a
には
better life.
富も権力も必要だった。
It was,
そ
it
れし
wasn't
か
for
救う手立てを
himself.
わしは知らんかった。ゼーリエが特権を掲げ
Duncan,
て大
I
陸魔法協会を樹立したのは妻が亡くなってほどなくして
wrongly
からだ。
presumed your
あれ
motivations.
ほ
I'm
ど
so
の
sorry.
無力感はない。わしにとって魔法は清掃の道具でしかなかった。フリーレンに伝えてくれんか。魔法が楽しいものだったと
Oh,
久々に思い出せた。
oh
わし
Duncan,
は
I love
勇者一
you.
行のフリーレンに憧れて魔法使いになったんだ。
Oh, he admired her.
自分で伝えてください。きっとフリーレン様も喜びますよ。
Duncan, I misjudged you. I'm so sorry. What a sweetheart.
さすがは魔法都市オイサーストだね。いい魔導書がいっぱい買えた。
She's more excited about grimoires than anything to do with being a first mage. So I mean,
おいババア、このカゴに入れればいいのか。あれを無視はねえだろ。
私だって少しは悩んだよ。
意外なもんだね。勇者ヒンメルの仲間なら。
ヒンメルの仲間なら何？私の方こそ意外だったかな。第一次試験でフェルンたちを殺そうとしたんでしょ。フェルン愚痴
yeah,
って
but
た
he's
よ。
not cruel. He
犬と
kills
か
if
蹴っ
there's
飛
a
ばしてそうなやつ
reason.
だって。
No,
よく言われるわな。
he's not. He's
なんだ、
kinder
どう
than
した
that.
まあ一人殺しておいた方が世のためになりそうな奴はいたけどな。
Google.
俺は故郷の村を守るためなら何だってする。一級魔法使いになりたかったのも、望む魔法が与えられる特権のためだ。
To protect his
強い魔法が手に入れ
hometown.
ばそれだけ魔族をぶっ殺せるからな。
So not even for himself.
Yeah.
He wants to
それ
protect
と関係ない
others.
場所でも困っている奴がいたらなるべく手を差し伸べるようにしている。
どうして？
It's what Himmel would do.
俺の故郷は北の辺境でな。勇者ヒンメルの逸話はいくらでも残っている。
God damn it. Don't cry.
やれ村を襲った魔物を退治しただの。やれ商人の護衛をしただの。ひどいもんだと。単なる荷物運びまであった。全然大したことじゃねえ。
But they
つまん
meant
ねえ話だ。
something to them.
そう思ったよ。
It showed
な
how
のに村のジジバ
kind
バは
he
心
was.
底嬉しそうに口を揃えてそんな話をするんだ。
He was more than just a
勇者ヒン
hero.
メルが死んで魔族の残党が暴れ始めてからよーくわかったよ。確かに戦況の塔もベーゼも光極竜も魔王すら俺の村には関係ねえわな。
But the small acts of
日々の
kindness
生活
that
を
Himmel
守るので
did
手一杯だ。
did have meaning to his village.
と勇者ヒンメルが俺の村に来なかったら世界が平和になってもそこに俺の村はなかったんだろうな。
Aww.
俺をここまで連れてきたのは勇者ヒンメルのくだらない冒険譚だ。
Himmel's threaded everywhere.
フリーレン、出会いは大切にしろよ。
Like
今
he
週の
is
別れって
with
のは何も死別だけじゃない。
his new comrades that he met during the exam.
百も承知か。
She does. Death isn't goodbye.
こんな小さな人助けに何の意味がある。
確かに小さな人助けだ。きっとこんなことをしたって。
But it's a
世界は
small
変わらない。
act of goodness. And that can change the
でも
world
僕は
in
目
some
の前
way.
で困っている人を見捨てるつもりはないよ。
The true hero. A hero is not in deeds, but in
大丈
action.
夫だよ、ヒンメル。世界はちゃんと変わっている。
Heroes are
今
not
夜特
born,
権
they're
の授業があ
made.
るのですが、同伴者がいてもいいそうです。同伴者ありって聞いていたんですけど。
申し訳ありません。ゼーリエ様からの通達でフリーレン様は
Wow.
出禁です。今後1000年は大陸魔法協会の施設には立ち入らないようにと。
フリーレン様が何をしたって言うんですか？仕方がないよ。ゼーリエの機嫌を損ねてしまったからね。
Sari is so petty.
外で待っているね。
Oh god. What's 1,000 years, Frieren?
俺も外で待ってるよ。 おーい。
Oh, so no one's gonna be there for fun ceremony.
一級魔法使い。この世界で50人もいない魔法使いの頂点か。フェルンも立派になったね。この時代ではきっとフェルンの方が有名な魔法使いになるんだろうね。
She's done her job.
一級魔法使いのレルネンです。ゼイリエ様の弟子の一人です。ゼイリエ様がご迷惑をおかけしたようで。
構わないよ。昔からそういう人だったから。やっぱり見えているね。私の魔力の揺らぎが。とんでもない手だれだ。平和な時代には似つかわしくないね。
そうですね。私は戦いしか知らない時代遅れの魔法使いです。魔王軍との戦火の時代に生まれていれば、名だたる英雄たちと共に歴史にその名を残したであろうと。
それで私に何の用なの？
Does he want to challenge
ゼイリ
her?
エ様の弟子の中で歴史に名を残したのは、もはやおとぎ話となった大魔法使いフランメのみ。私が老いて死ねば、あの方が生きた証がまた一つ消えることになります。私はあの方を未来で一人孤
He
独に
wants
さ
to
せ
go
たくな
down
い
in
のです。
history. He wants to be remembered,
たと
right?
えそれが伝説の魔法使いフリーレン様を討ち取ったという
My dude,
悪
that's
用
not the
であろ
way
う
to
と
do it. Oh! Sir?
手合わせを願えますか、フリーレン様。
戦いしか知らない魔法使いは不器用な連中が多いんだから。
Oh my
歴史に名を
goodness.
残す必要なんてないよ。ゼーリエはちゃんと覚えている。この花畑、魔法で作られたものだ。
それがどうした？
先生が好きだった魔法だ。
She
くだらない
misses
魔法だっ
Flam.
て言っていなかったっけ？
She did. She changed her
正直フラン
mind.
メは失敗作だった。
No, she wasn't.
あれほどの才を持ちながら、私ほどの高みへはたどり着けなかった。その
She
後もた
cares
くさんの
more
弟
for
子を取
humans
った
than she'll ever admit.
どれも私の足元にも及ばないままほとんどが先だった。気まぐれで取ったはずの弟子なのに、一人一人の性格も、好きな魔法も鮮明に思い出
She
せ。
just doesn't understand
フリーレン、
the
な
emotions
ぜか
behind
私は
it
弟子を
just
取っ
yet.
て、後悔したことは一度もないんだ。たとえ歴史にその名を残せずとも。
Oh.
自分の弟子にすら素直に気持ちを伝えられないんだ。本当に子供みたいな人だよ。
Probably because she doesn't really understand it.
本当に不器用な人だ。
Yeah.
あなたも私も。
シュタルク、今日は何して遊ぶ？
悪いな。兄ちゃん今日は遊べないんだ。
シュタルク、朝飯は食ったか？
He's got to
もう
know
食べたよ。
everyone so well
これ
while
飲んで
they've
お
been
いき
doing
よ。
their tests.
ありがと
部の道は深く険しい。達者でな。
う。あ
And they're off.
これでオイサーストともお別れだね。
シュタルク様はどこに行っても慕われていますね。
そうか？
Like they loved him
と
all.
ころでフェルン、昨日はどんな魔法をもらったの？
Oh, yeah. Did she not take one?
わかりませんか？
服が綺麗になって、それになんかフローラルな香りがする。
A cleaning
これは
spell?
まさか。
服の汚れをきれいさっぱり落とす魔法です。これで洗濯が楽になります。
How
さすがは生け
practical.
る魔導書ゼーリエだね。でかしたフェルン。それでこそ私の弟子だ。
It's something Frieren would
当
ask
然です
for.
フリーレン様。ゼーリエ様はすごく嫌そうな顔をしていましたけどね。
She was expecting something cooler, right? Or more powerful.
フリーレン、本当にありがとうね。
私たちは不合格だったけれども、3年後また頑張ることにするよ。
そう、よかった。
楽しかったよ。
元気でね。
じゃあ
I'm
また
getting
ね。
emotional at her saying goodbye to them. I don't know why. Probably because they were such sweet characters, but
ザイン様の時もそうでしたけど、ずいぶんあっさり別れますね。
クラフトの時もだ。
ヒンメルってさ、すごくあっさり人と別れるよね。
涙の別れなんて僕たちには似合わない。
but it's mine.
だってまた会った時に恥ずかしいからね。
また会った時に恥ずかしいからね。
何ですかそれは。
It's gonna be embarrassing when I meet them again in series 2 because I am sobbing. Oh, it makes so much sense as to why she does quick goodbyes. We never quite understood it. She put it down to, you know, what adults don't need, like emotional goodbyes. But no, it was Himmel, because Himmel's saying we don't need to be emotional because we're going to see each other again. And this just goes to show that Sari just needed space to change her perspective. She just needed time, like Frieren needed more time to finally understand what is going on. But even then, she still doesn't fully understand it because she sees it almost as a weakness. Like she won't admit to her students that she will remember them even when they're gone, to the extent that he believes he needs to kill Frieren in order to be remembered in history as one of her students. No, she will remember you. And even Frieren's like, no, she will. Like, you just need to trust me on this. And he did, because Sari is almost childlike, but Frieren understands that because Frieren was also similar. But Frieren had the experiences of building bonds and friendship and establishing those over time, while Sari's been more confined. She's not really gone on these adventures, not built those relationships. So she's less emotionally mature than Frieren is, which is quite funny in contrast, saying that Frieren is more emotionally mature, but she is, because she's had experiences that Sari has never had before, and that allows her to understand why Sari does what she does. It's still funny that she's banned her from ever stepping foot in the Continental Magic Association for like 1,000 years because Frieren stood up to her, which is so petty, but I'm here for it. It's kind of funny. But again, Himmel comes full circle. Again, Himmel is the reason they do short goodbyes. Himmel is the reason why Weirbill decides that he wants to be a hero, because it's the small sacrifices that were made that allowed his village to thrive, and the stories that they passed on was because it had meaning to them. His grand adventures didn't impact them personally, so therefore it wasn't as important to them as the small acts of kindness. Small acts of kindness may not change the world, but they do good into the world, and it allows people to feel better and happier in their life. And I love this show because, again, the whole point of, even in death, people aren't gone. Death isn't the only goodbye in this life, because people will leave us and people will go. It's the way he says, but I guess you already know that, because that's the whole point of this journey, is coming to understand that death isn't the only way to lose things. She's lost so much, but not always through death, but through change and through circumstances. And she's had to say goodbye to people too, but she comes to value and hold their memory dear. As she said to Vold in episode 16, I will carry your memory forward too, because she understands that his memory needs to live on because he may not have much longer. But she carries on the memory of everyone she's helped and interacted with, and she continues to do good deeds for everyone she interacts with because she knows that it helps people and that it's what Himmel would do. So she does value the encounters that she has, and she does understand that death isn't the only form of goodbye. She's had to say goodbye to people everywhere she goes, so she's used to it, but she finds value in it now. Just, I love this show so much, and I cannot wait for series 2. I think if I had to name my favorite episodes, my top 3 episodes, I think would be episode 14, without a doubt, episode 16, because I think it was just a phenomenal portrayal of loss and memory and the importance of remembering and not taking for granted the people that we love and admire, because one day they may be gone, and that we should cherish every single moment we have with them. And just, I really loved episode 12, where like we saw Stark and his backstory, and we learned more about his brother, but we also learned that Himmel doesn't follow the traditional archetype of a hero. He didn't pull the sword from the stone. He chose to go on and become a hero through his actions. He didn't need confirmation from mythology, from fairy tales in order to be a hero. He was always a hero because of his actions, because of his personality, because of what he chooses to do to help people. Again, heroes aren't born, they are made. He may not have been a destined hero, a fated hero, but he chose to be a hero, and that choice is so incredibly important, and it breaks this convention of heroes are born, they are fated to be, and he wasn't. He was just a regular person that chose to go and do heroic and noble deeds for people that were in need. He saw that people needed help, and he was always there to help. He made himself a hero through his actions instead of being born a hero. And that's what I loved about that episode, as well as the fact that Stark's brother was the one that told Stark to run. Stark was never a coward. Even if he was a coward, he was justified in running. But it was his brother that told him he needed to live on to continue that fight. And those 3 episodes were the most heart-wrenching, the most gut-punching, but I loved them so much. I felt like they were phenomenal episodes in terms of storytelling. But this whole show has been, it's really hard to pick a favorite moment because it's just been amazing throughout. It's really hard to define a singular episode as the best episode, but I think if I had to single one out, probably episode 14, because the whole significance of the ring that we see in episode 1 that she's holding, the realization that Himmel always loved her, but it was time that separated them, that Frieren would need time to fully understand the meaning and significance, but she wouldn't understand it in his lifetime, and he knew that, and he accepted it because he loved her that much that he was willing to sacrifice the potential future with her, because he knew that she would never understand it in his lifetime, and he still never chose to take another wife, never chose to have children with anyone else, because Frieren was his ride or die. If he couldn't have her, then he couldn't have anyone else. Episode 14 for me, I think, was just my favorite, especially because it also shows Stark and Fern's budding romance and kind of confirms it. So we knew that it was coming, but it confirms it with like the bracelet and the significance and connection to Frieren and Himmel, the other romantic couple in the show. And the way it does romance is so good as well. It's not thrust upon us, it's not forced, it's not they're suddenly all lovey-dovey with each other. It's something that's created and crafted over time. It's a slow burn. We get to know these characters and their significance before we start to see the romantic intentions come into play, and we see it in Stark and Fern before they see it, and we also see it in Himmel and Frieren before Frieren even fully understands her emotions in relation to Himmel. But it's just the way that romance is done, that they love each other through their actions, through their deeds, through the good that they do for one another. And again, it's just not forced. It's not overly put on. It feels natural. It feels like true progression of how a romance should go. And I think it's such a stark departure from other depictions of romance that it's just really refreshing to see. Again, Attack on Titan kind of does the same thing. Romance isn't really that prevalent in the show, because I mean there's bigger things going on, but even then there's elements of romance which isn't forced, it's not coerced, it's something we see gradually build and come to understand. And maybe it's just the way that anime does it. I'm sure there's probably animes where it does feel forced and coerced, but it's just a good form of storytelling if you can have a romance be believable, feel so natural that you can't think, oh, they're only doing this for the fans, that it just feels as if this is realistically how it would go. I think in terms of favorite character, it's again really, really hard. I think my favorite character is actually Himmel. Because he is pretty much the protagonist of this narrative. Everything comes back to Himmel. Everything relates to Himmel. I just love how everything he does is for others, how selfless he is. And it's such a good message to have that we should be helping people in need, whether we know them or not. We need to look out for others and help one another and build a sense of community, not just ignore those that need our help, not just ignore them because it's easier to do so. It just does a really good way of showing that even small actions are heroic in their own way because it's helping someone in their time of need. No matter how small, it has the potential to change someone's day, has the potential to bring them joy, and has the potential to also help them or give them something to motivate them forward. It's small acts have the potential to change the world. They may not change the world overnight, but look at how all the little small acts that Himmel does for people build into tales of his heroic deeds, of his memory living on in the lives of thousands that he has helped because they remember what he's done for them, no matter how small or how insignificant. Helping people has the potential to change the world and has the potential to bring people joy. And Himmel shows that by the fact that no one really remembers his most heroic battles, but they remember the time he helped someone collect wood, or he rescued sheep, or he helped someone deliver a parcel. They remember these small acts of kindness, which are a rapid departure from the journey he's undertaking to defeat the Demon King. But they remember that because it has significance to them, personal significance. And that memory lives on and is passed down in the village amongst the community. And they can share those memories with each other. So, yeah, small acts have the potential to change the world, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant they may seem. But we should help those in need, and we should help people who are in need. And we should be looking out for people, no matter where they come from, no matter what race, religion, gender. We should be accepting and embracing of others. And it's just a really good message to have, and it's a message I will be taking forward in my personal life, and I think it's one that the world needs right now. What would Himmel do? Because the world is very scary with everything that's going on right now, and I feel like this message is more important now than ever before because, again, you have people that are unwilling to help others because of who they are or what they look like or their religion, and we need to erase that, and we need to stop doing that. We need to be there for everyone. We need to support those who are oppressed, support those who are in need of our help and our aid because they are being brutalized and abused and stepped on. We need to be kinder in this world and to help others in their time of need, and also just to help others around us too. I've gone off on a bit of a tangent, but it would be remiss of me to not use my platform to promote kindness and acceptance and helping others, because it's what Himmel would do. Himmel would stand up for the oppressed. Himmel would stand up for those in need, and Himmel wouldn't be silent and complicit in oppression. I have to be very careful with the words that I say because YouTube does limit videos that talk on these issues. So I'm relying on you being smart enough to understand what I am referring to and the message that I am portraying here without naming, because again, YouTube does limit these videos and it means my message won't get out there. So I have to be very careful with how I word things. But my point is, we need to be kinder as a society, and we need to put into action Himmel and his deeds. What would Himmel do needs to be the message that we bring forward into society, into this world. And we need to be more accepting and loving of others, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their religious orientation, regardless of what they look like. We need to stop looking at differences, and we need to start embracing what makes us human, our similarities, our love for one another, our love for our community, and our love for children, and our love for the elderly. We need to look at the ways in which we are similar rather than different, and using difference as a division has been a political tactic that has been ongoing for centuries. So we need to stop looking at what makes people different. We need to stop going, well, they're not the same as me because their religion is different to me, or their gender is different to me, or their race and ethnicity is different to me, and looking at the fact that we are all human, we all bleed the same, we all love the same, and therefore we should all be helping one another. We should be striving to make this world a better place. So yes, Himmel is my favorite character because I think his message is an important one that we need to take on in this world right now. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I have loved every single minute of this series, and I cannot wait for January. So until January for Frieren, I will bid you adieu, but we will be watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood after this, which will be really exciting. Again, going to be an amazing show to watch. So I highly recommend watching it along with me, but if it's not your cup of tea, there will be other things in future. So I do recommend continuing to stay subscribed, and hopefully something comes along that you find more joy in and that you enjoy watching. Again, I'm hoping to do Apothecary Diaries soon, and I will also be doing Vinland Saga soon. So 2 really exciting and interesting shows coming out in the near future. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey. I'm so grateful to all of you for finding me from that first video and watching with me right until the end. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye.